Alright guys, we're back. So we've just entered the underworld and we're going to be taking on Nightmare 3, which is a piece of shit encounter. And I should mention that I did Nightmare 3, the next mission, and Mundus off camera, but I didn't record them just to practice, and they are horrible encounters. I'm not going to say anything right now. I'm sure I'll add some post-commentary in the middle of this encounter that will explain exactly what happened. So just stay tuned for that when I get to the editing process. I'm just going to focus on dealing with Nightmare 3 right now because this is a god-awful encounter, because he has so much life. Nightmare 3 and Mundus are clear examples of why you don't arbitrarily increase a boss's HP to an absurd degree on the hardest difficulty, because there's no difficulty at that point. It's just a waiting game. It's a war of attrition. You're repeating the same strategies over and over again that they lose any sense of value or creativity. You end up making the boss fights feel very soulless and draining in the process. And that's exactly what Nightmare 3 is. It's just a very draining process because it takes so long to do, and you're having to repeat the same boring strategies over and over again. Not to mention the camera can be a big issue with this encounter because it can mess with your controls, so you end up accidentally running into some of Nightmare's attacks in the process. And Nightmare 3 has the exact same moves as Nightmare 2. I believe when he's disassembled, he has additional moves, especially in the final phase where Trish appears. But overall, it's just the Nightmare 2 boss fight again, only this time he has more life, and you're in a much smaller room this time, so the camera can be a big issue. It can literally take almost 8 to 10 minutes to actually kill Nightmare 3, and the worst part is, when you get to the final phase, and he has his core exposed entirely, he just spams different attacks like crazy, and it's nearly impossible to get an opening on him to actually damage him. And it's so easy to die on that part because of how bad the controls can be and the rate at which he spams his attacks. You have to make sure you have 3 holy waters in your inventory when you get to Nightmare 3. 3 holy waters are the only way to finish off Nightmare 3 on the final phase without having to deal with any of his bullshit designs. But you can't just stay in one spot to use the 3 holy waters. After you use a holy water, you have to jump to a different location, then use another holy water, then repeat the process a 3rd time and you'll be dead. If you just stay in one spot to use the holy waters, he can easily hit you when you exit the iframes of using the holy water. Stupid camera. All I'm doing is just taunting right now. Such engaging gameplay right now. He has so much life. And you have to repeat this process over and over again. And it just becomes so tiresome. You have to do a weird strategy with Ifrit to ensure he dies faster. And it's a good thing I have the 3 holy waters. Couldn't counter because of the stupid camera. And also with Dante auto-aiming onto the stone dial because I was too close to it. Oh shit! God damn it! I'm trapped. This is why you never go in the middle of the arena like this, and I'm dead. Wait, what? Oh no, I'm alive. That's the first time I've been affected by that move. And I'm dead. God damn it! I have to redo this long, laborious process. While I'm taunting, I use the R2 button to get Dante to do the taunt where it restores 2 devil gauges, but sometimes when I press R2, he does the single taunt that only restores 1 devil gauge, so I don't know why that happens with the R2 button. damn it, I keep pressing the wrong buttons. It's so monotonous, repetitive, and boring. And it gets even worse in the final phase if you do not have 3 holy waters. I have no clue how to use Ifrit to speed this up. And while I did see the video, I didn't commit it to memory. I just know he punched the thing multiple times with some kind of move with Ifrit, which I haven't bought. This is a boss fight that is far too long, that is nowhere near as exciting as the developers thought it would be, and by the end of it, you're gonna be bored too much. It's such a waste of time. Devil May Cry 1 honestly gets worse as the game progresses. This is outdated Capcom's idea of difficulty. What the hell were they thinking? This is why you don't arbitrarily increase a boss's HP on the hardest difficulty. You end up making the entire fight incredibly tedious in the process. Mechanics that would be interesting, like countering that side blade attack, are no longer cool because of the amount of times you're having to do it. Just to expose these weak spots that have so much damage resistance. It honestly reminds me of fighting the Titan henchmen in Batman Arkham Asylum, where you have to hit them with a batarang while they're charging, they get stunned, then you punch them, and then you have to repeat the process over and over again because they have so much life. And they couldn't design a more engaging way of dealing with the Titan henchmen in Batman Arkham Asylum. It wasn't until Batman Arkham City when they actually made fighting the Titan henchmen fun. But before that point, they were just boring to fight. They were just so tedious to fight. It was terrible. And it's reminded me of that exactly. And I messed up. I wasn't paying attention to his moves. Slowly getting there. And Trish will attack you with like that, but that doesn't actually do damage to you from what I've noticed. It just knocks you back. Almost there. Come on. Ah, just missed it. Now, gotta use the holy water. And I have to jump immediately because that light from the orb is gonna continue to attack me. No, not an untouchable. Come on, come on, come on, come on. And it's done. Yeah, that's a piece of shit phase. What a horrendous encounter. And that final phase, he's just continually attacking you. You just don't have an opening. So you have to use the holy waters. It's utter garbage. Absolutely pathetic. Like, the first two Nightmare fights were okay, but this is just awful. But when you go back the way you came, you can find this untouchable red over here. 3 untouchables are needed for Mundus in his final phase, because there's literally nothing you can do to actually get the drop on Mundus in that final phase. It's just complete RNG. You're just waiting endlessly for an opening, and it takes far too long. Not to mention the sword attack when you're in Devil Trigger mode is the most damaging thing against Mundus. The range attack provided by the Devil Trigger mode is not good enough. It doesn't deal enough damage to him. It does about as much damage as the grenade launcher when it's not Devil Triggered. It really feels like Mundus is an unfinished boss fight, but the flying phase is kind of interesting, even if there are some bullshit moments with it. I honestly prefer the flying phase of Mundus more than the last phase. I know one of my subscribers hates the flying phase, but I understand what's expected of me with the flying phase to not be forced to use items. But that final phase with Mundus is so bad. You have to use items, you have to use untouchables. And I can't help but feel like that was always the intention, because they obviously put in the untouchables and the holy waters and all these other items throughout the world of Devil May Cry 1 for you to pick up, and so you can use it against Mundus. But that's still no excuse for the bad designs in Mundus' boss fight. Even if you litter items throughout the world, you still have to deliver a better execution of a boss fight. Like, Mundus has to be one of the most brain-dead final bosses I've ever seen in the game, by far. It's like they just gave up on trying to make a properly functioning fight. Oh no, 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 no! So stupid. I'm trying to shoot my grenade launcher, but he keeps getting stunned. Luckily, these are the only enemies we deal with in this mission. Don't stand still in this area, otherwise you will get attacked from below. I might as well just use the holy water here, because holy waters are useless. Does that kill them? Okay, it does kill them. Yeah, that's precisely why that holy water is there, it seems, just to kill these plasmas. By the way, you can stand in the lava, and you'll take damage, but you can't actually die from it. I learned this from the speedrun. I have no idea why the game doesn't communicate to you that you can just stand in the lava and not die, but still take damage. This game is so vague on those details. All because they probably put it into a guide that was part of the physical version. So they just expect you to have it active while you're playing this, and it's just dumb. That's definitely another aspect of Devil May Cry 1 that hasn't aged well. So I already made the save file. Obviously in this save file I don't really have enough yellow orbs. But I'll just head to the other save file for Mundus where I have 6 yellow orbs and better resources.